Blog Talk Radio.
EOTM Radio. Entrepreneurs on the move, reshaping life for a better tomorrow.
EOTMRealestateGroup.com, where the superior marketing of your investment is our business. If you're an investor or owner of real estate in the greater Atlanta area, please do give us a call if you're in need of property management. We can be reached at 678-548-9466. Again, that's 678-548-9466. EOTM Real Estate Group has over 10 years experience in real estate, property management, mortgages, tax liens, and all aspects of real estate investment and real estate rental services. You can contact us also through our website at EOTMRealestateGroup.com. That's EOTMRealestateGroup.com. And remember, EOTM Real Estate Group provides superior marketing of your investment.
Welcome to Real Estate Hot Talk with Carla B. And the segment today is titled, Can't Sell Your Home, Why Not Rent It? A homeowner who is able to sell a property at the asking price has the potential to reap a profit. But what happens when an individual is having trouble unloading a property? In this case, it might make more sense for the homeowner to keep the home but rent it out to cover the bills. Have you recently moved to a new home but have not been successful at selling your old one? There may be an alternative to making a mortgage payment each month on a vacant house. Renting your home out is not likely to make you a millionaire, but it may allow you to cut costs while you wait out the real estate slowdown. It may not always make sense to sell your home. If that's your case, renting it could be a great option. But understanding the rental process and using expert help will alleviate extra stress. So today I've compiled 5 top tips for homeowners who are considering renting their home. Number 1, emotionally disconnect from your home. As you can imagine, this can be a very difficult thing to do, especially if you've lived in the house for a long period of time and maybe your kids have grown up in it, but it's an important step. It can cause some emotional distress, and you may find yourself too attached for the new tenants, likely in their privacy rights. When you make the decision to rent out your home, it needs to feel similar to how it would if you were selling it to someone else. Screen your tenants. Don't fast forward to thinking about having wonderful tenants in your home so much that you skip over the screening process. Attending to this process alone can eliminate huge headaches in the future. Landlords should be aware about scams aimed at landlords who don't screen. There are actually professional tenants out there that do nothing but find susceptible landlords, usually those renting without a professional management company that don't screen tenants. They will give a deposit and live rent-free, knowing you won't know what to do or how to kick them out. The most important thing is not to let the bad ones in to begin with. You can find on the Landlord Protection Agency websites screening worksheets that help landlords know what types of questions to ask and what red flags to look for. You want to know the law. There are specific laws to protect the tenants. How much the tenant is protected, it differs greatly from state to state, so make sure you do your research. The laws you must abide by are the laws the home is in. You have to tailor your lease or your rental agreement to that state's rules. You can easily find these on the Landlord Protection Agency site, and then you can modify the lease agreement accordingly. Common changes on how much notice you must give for them to vacate the maximum deposits you collect and notifications for entrance. How much rent? It's easy to say, okay, I have $2,000 in expenses. I'll charge, say, $2,100 for my home. But just like when you're selling your home, it doesn't work that way. The market may only bear a rental comp of $1,500. You have to make the decision if that extra $500 is worth the long-term gain or whatever your initial reason for holding rather than selling. Management companies like EOTM Properties can be a great resource for helping to determine what the best rental price for your home should be. We can show you homes in the area that are also for rent, and just as when selling, take a look, or at least driving by the homes can give you a great idea about the competition in the rental market. You may get more if you leave it furnished. That's something to think about. Sometimes you can lease furniture and upcharge and make a profit on it, particularly in areas where young families are starting out or even college students frequently live. Just be sure you price it right. All of those extra months on the market, what they do is they eat into that profit or your break-even point. So no matter what, you want to be sure you collect a sufficient deposit, usually 1 month's rent plus a pet deposit and additional monies for other reasons, like if there appear to be a risky tenant, you can always collect extra monies for that. One thing to also keep in mind and to understand is who is responsible for what. It's an important but a very tricky question. So depending on which side of the fence you sit, you, of course, may see things differently. So for an example, if something breaks, you have an obligation and a lawful duty to fix it immediately for the tenant if it affects their quality of life or poses a hazard. But if the tenant just wants something upgraded that isn't a requirement, you may not have to worry about that. You have to walk the line between having your tenants stay long-term because you're easy to work with and paying too much for little things. You can let the tenant make upgrades that they pay for if you wish. The incentive programs also help a good tenant to stay longer, and if you're looking to maybe not sell your home for about 1 to 2 years, you definitely want a tenant that's going to be long-term. For instance, you could give your tenants a $25 or $50 off rent coupon if they pay 5 days early and pay direct deposit. This could save considerable time. Landlords should beware of partial rental payments, such as tenant paying only $100. If a tenant sends you a partial rental payment, say for $100 and you cash it, it may start the clock ticking all over again on, guess what? Yep, evictions. These are the types of things that professional tenants do. They know how to work the system. Renting your home doesn't have to be a scary process. It does have to be well researched and carefully